In relation to knowing students and their families and the concept that this may lead to some sort of a problem, I would quote Poplin, 1992, who says, "Teachers who generally have the greatest problems with behavior management are those who do not know their students in an authentic way." So what is the authentic way of knowing your students? The authentic way of knowing your students is that the teachers are concerned about the family background, what is happening in the family, and how is the social, economic status helping, supporting, or not supporting the student's education. This knowledge is for the sake of wanting to know what are the problems the students are facing at home. This knowledge is not to be gained just because it is going to be the talk of the town. Sometimes it has been noticed that some teachers abuse this knowledge and start talking about the students in front of other people, which is not required. So that will not be an authentic way of dealing with the knowledge coming from the families. That will be creating more problems, and the students who come to know that their circumstances are being talked about in the town and are being discussed in order to just have a talk, they will never respect their teachers. And as Poplin says, those teachers, they have the maximum behavior management problems because these teachers, they lose respect, and the students come to know that they are not sincere in finding out about their families and their backgrounds, and therefore they start mistrusting those teachers and disliking them for the simple reason that they are not their friends, rather they are just their critical enemies. So they don't like to share anything in future, and they want to show their annoyance by having a bad behavior display in the classroom. And as Poplin says, these are the teachers who generally have problems because they did not get this information and knowledge in an authentic way. They did not work on this knowledge because they wanted to work for the betterment of the students. They wanted to know about the backgrounds of the students just to have a talk. And that is not an authentic way of knowing your students. Knowing your students means that you are concerned with certain behaviors and attitudes of your students, and you would like to get the information about their backgrounds so that you can deal with the situation according to the needs of those students. Moreover, you would be talking to the families in order to get support in that particular area where the student needs the support for. Also, the teacher would be able to assess whether the family is capable of giving that support to the student or not. And if the family is capable of doing that, the teacher would then, in a very authentic way, talk to the parents, discuss with them the issue, and work on it and give a work plan to the parents that this is how they are going to work together in order to have better results for the student in the future. Whereas this discussion has to be confidential between the teacher and the parent, and if required, between the community members and the school authorities. But it has not to be made public just for the sake of talking about it or criticizing about it. It should not be made public on the grounds that this is the information which is required. This information is only required for the teachers and the school administrators or the community leaders who are going to get involved in some kind of task to bring a change and to bring a positive change in the life of the student. Moreover, some things they need to be just kept confidential if even they are in the verbal form or the written form. The written documents must be kept very carefully, especially if they are meant to be confidential.